Split. About to get into some shit. It's just the start of my day. Check it. It's Jeffrey Jordan with the fadeaway. You in the game, cats open, you just fade away. Resident is far from where the haters stay. My apex is defined in my state of grace. I travel states while you run in place. Me and Tone split for track and relate. If I ain't the best, it's a quiet debate. Show you where's men are open and safe. Cause that's how the vultures had a rhyme, don't finish for days. Melanin tone blocking out sun rays. I'm in the game with my feet up, but never comfy. In the kitchen, chefing shit, duck comfy. Y'all niggas soft on the crumb cake. I bring it to your door like sweepstakes. Brooks Brothers overcoat with a briefcase. You want the relay? Vic, yeah. And it's the start of my day. Punching the clock, then I'm rolling some haze. Yeah, and that's the start of my day. Punching the clock, then I'm rolling some haze. Vic. I'm back up in the cockpit. Food for thought, shed a plate like a topless. If it ain't this, then what's the better option? Proceed with caution, my pen is toxic. My oxys having you nauseous. Eyes with blotches from lyrical slap boxing. And you the opposite to get it poppin'. Mayday, bodies dropping. Championship bars, you won the conference. You trying to see cheddar like Wisconsin. I'm from a place that produces. But now life showing promise. We love the prophet, the modest, but we just being honest. And this verse is like an earthquake, birthday and birthdays. It's just the start of my day, yeah. And it's the start of my day. Punching the clock, then I'm rolling some haze. Yeah, and that's the start of my day. Punching the clock, then I'm rolling some haze.
Through the everyday struggles for the modern day hustle. Through the everyday struggles for the modern day hustle. Through the everyday struggles for the modern day hustle. Through the everyday struggles for the modern day hustle.
Yo, what up? Vic Monroe. Tone Split. About to get to some shit. It's just the start of my day. Check it. It's Jeffrey Jordan with the fadeaway. You in the game, cats open, you just fade away.
Yo, salute. What's
Salute,
going
King.
on, man? Say thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Shout out, man. Shout out to you. Thanks for letting us interview you, my brother.
Oh man, say no problem. Say no problem at all. I see that you was bumping one of my joints.
Yeah.
A marinade. Yeah.
The project you did with Tony Spliff, right?
Yes. And you know what? We have another one coming out tomorrow. Me and Tone Split. Words to the wise. Yeah. So that one say marinade. I love it, but this latest project, man, is like everything, man. It's like if you love marinade, then you're gonna super love this project for real.
Dope.
For real.
Yeah, cause I heard him a couple of months ago. You know, he was doing some track with Melly Mel from Me and My Country.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So matter of fact, the video that's out now, Word to the Wise video, Melly Mel did some of the filtering on the video. Yeah. So shout out to Melly Mel. Yeah, I like him. He's dope, super dope.
Dope. I love what you guys are doing, man. My brother,
Thank
please
you.
introduce yourself, man, and for people that are gonna be watching.
Vic Monroe, represent Chicago, represent hip hop, man. Salute to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you never heard of me, if you never heard of my music, if you go to any streaming platform and type in Vic Monroe, and everything will come up. And today is like extra special because I'm coming out with an album tomorrow, 3/4/22. You can get it on Bandcamp, physical CDs on Bandcamp, and thank you very much. And you can also stream. It's gonna be on all of the streaming platforms everywhere, man, everywhere.
Word, man. So tell us, man, like, how did you start being an MC? What inspired you?
Man, what inspired me? I'm gonna say, man, so the different elements of hip hop. You got breaking, graffiti, DJing, and of course me, MCing. So
Yep.
Tone Split, what up, my G?
Word,
Um,
Tone.
so what probably inspired me is I tried them all. I tried a break dancing, and I was a pretty good break dancer, but I put on weight. You know what I mean? So I couldn't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
then I I know that as far as like drawing graffiti, I'm like terrible. Drawing, I'm terrible. So that wasn't my niche. DJing I always loved, but my mom would never buy me a turntable. So I'm like, well, the next best thing is writing. You know what I'm saying, and I think I found my niche. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it all started, man. I tried all four of them, and I found my niche, which what I'm saying, writing, being an MC.
word. Plus, I saw in your profile, man, you did like 7 projects, right?
Yeah, it's man, and it's crazy because it don't even seem like I've done that much. You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of jumped back into the game maybe like to I think Titty Human. Like before I did that, I didn't record anything for years, man. So I kind of jumped back in the game, and I kind of just kind of like hit the ground running. Once I jumped back into the game, and I'm glad that everybody was loving everything that I put out so far, man. So they kind of kept me going. Like, okay, I think I might have something here. You know what I
Word.
mean?
Was it the Old Cats project that was the first one, or was it
The the first one was Vic and the Human.
in the Human? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
yeah,
you did
yeah,
it with the producer there. Yeah.
yeah.
How was like that process, the creative process, doing the first project till now? How would you
Well,
say you've evolved?
I'm gonna say tremendously, man. It's like the first project, because I hadn't recorded anything in like years, man. I'm talking like maybe like probably 10 years. Okay, we don't need to announce it. Like maybe 10 years. Sorry about that. So maybe about 10 years, man. And when I did Vic and the Human, I kind of stumbled across T Taylor. That's the guy that did all of the tracks on there. I came across him looking for beats, not looking for beats, but getting tips on how to do beats better. You know what I mean? So I sent him a song like, yo, like how these drums sound. Should I change something here? And he was more interested on the flowing on the beat. And he was like, yo, like the beat is okay, but who is that flowing over the beat? And I'm like, say that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, that's you. And I was like, yeah. He was like, man, So that was kind of how was the genesis right there. You know what I'm saying? To everything. And so from there, man, the recording process from there was just I pretty much keep the same process. You know what I'm saying? I try not to, we all like our habits and things to be a certain way. So I kind of always keep the same process. But when I listen to those projects, so when I listen to that project, I feel like everything got better. And I think because I was just more comfortable. You know what I'm saying? After a while, because like that first time doing the 10 and Human, I hadn't recorded anything in like quite some time, so I didn't know, how it was going to sound, yada yada yada. But yeah, so that's how that started, and then we flipped
Word.
into I think Soul of Kijiwa was after that.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah, sort of cut you or something like that. Nah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. How was that like also?
That was that was pretty much. I think I got, so that album is like special to me because once I did 10 and Human, everybody liked it. So now I'm getting, like solicited, like, yo, like you want to do an album with you. So this kid from
Yeah.
Canada, the Solution, a shout out to him. So I
Word.
linked up with him for that. And the first joint I recorded was, I think, Soul Slap. And I recorded the Soul Slap and I sent it to this other DJ named Fifth Element. Shout out to Fifth Element. And Fifth Element was like, yo, you should send this to Rappers Out of Control. I'm like, well, how do I do that? You know what I'm saying? Because I've been, out the game forever, right? So he
Yeah.
gave me their, information. I sent it to them, Rappers Out of Control, Shade 45. And they responded back like within 48 hours, like, yo, we playing this week. I'm like, oh, snap, cool. You know what I'm saying? I was, blew back. Like, to me, to come back in the game that early and to get some, some stamp of approval from, like, those guys, in like my mind, say I had already made it. You know what I'm saying? And then so he played the joint or whatever, and and then he called me, but he sent me a text, email, and said, hey, DJ Premier is gonna play this on his show. And I'm like, like, what's the odds of that? The first time that I send somebody music, it get played by DJ Clips, DJ Riz, Shade 45, Rappers Out of Control, and then it get played by a Premier. You know what I mean? So that's why that album is always special for me. But the process of writing, it was, pretty much the same. I did send me some beats, and if I like the beat, I just kind of I kind of let the beat guide me. There's certain songs where you're gonna have concepts for it, but a lot of my stuff, I just let the beat guide me on, what I want to write about in most cases.
Word. Plus, I mean, you even done tracks with Edo Chi, right?
Yes. Me and Edo G, that was on Soul Cat, Old Cats, I'm sorry. And
Yeah.
that joint came about, actually my verse is gonna be on a song that so I put out this album called a Ceviche, and I produced like
Yeah. So
maybe,
yeah.
yeah. So I produced like maybe 80% of that album. So I'm
No.
doing Ceviche Part 2 at the same time as I'm doing Soda Kizua. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was saving that verse. It was gonna be on like my project.
Yeah.
But my brother, he takes so long to write. I'm like, dude, I'm like waiting on a 16 bar verse from my own flesh and blood. And I'm gonna talk shit because this is my own flesh and blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell him this all the
Yeah.
time. So I'm waiting on him. I'm like, dude, you know what? I'm just gonna get his beat. So I gave my verse to the Solution. He sent it to my man Edo G. Edo G like fell in love with it, and the rest was like history from there. Yeah.
Whoa.
Winston, what's up, my G? So that's family right there, my man Winston. Joel. So that's also family right there.
Sup,
Shout out.
guys. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for
Yeah.
tuning in.
So like, how was the response to everyone, like them hearing that song?
That, oh man, so everybody loved it, man. Everybody loved it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's so crazy about it, man, because like the process of me like writing these songs, to me it's not a real like sophisticated process at all. You know what I mean? So when I write
Yeah.
them, when people like them, it's just like, wow, like I wasn't expecting that kind of response or reaction. Because half the time you might be, smoking a joint and PJs, like writing these rhymes.
Yeah.
and you not like, expecting it to, you know, to go, you know what I'm saying? Like that,
Yeah. That
yeah,
impact.
so
Yeah.
far, right? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what keeps you going. You know what I mean? That's what keeps
Word.
you
Yeah, man. So like, considering like you even collaborated with Tony Spliff and DJ Cliff, like, are there any other um artists you'd like to you wish you could collaborate with also?
Oh yeah, I mean, I would love to do something with Alchemist. I would
Whoa.
love to do
Okay.
something with
Yeah, he's
Alchemist. You know what
dope.
I'm saying? Yeah, I
Yeah.
would. Alchemist is at the top of my list. Um, there's another cat, Stu Bangers. Um,
Yeah.
I would love to do something with Stu Bangers, and of course, a Dr. Dre, a
Yeah.
Premier. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for people that's reachable, I can definitely do a joint with a Stu Bangers though. Definitely, yeah. Stu Bangers, so he's still in my reach, but he's super hot right now, so you might want to grab him before he, take off. You know what I'm saying? But just like a Tone Spliff, man, like Tone Spliff production is like right up there with those guys, if not better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. True. Plus, I mean, you're saying like you're dropping the new project. So can you give us like a tip of what the concept will be like?
Man, the concept, like anything, life, man, like it just talk about life, you know what I'm saying? So, some things might go left and then to take you back right. Like if I take you to Venus, the very next song is gonna take you to Pluto, you know what I'm saying? And so
Yeah.
it's like a trip, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a good trip of acid, you know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I mean you've as you've mentioned like you've been out of the game for a couple of years and stuff like that, right? Um,
Hmm.
what is it? What would you say like motivated you to keep going? And what what would be your message to your fans
Oh
um
man,
and other musicians out there that may have had those challenges?
I'm gonna say the motivation is just for the love of just creating. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? Because even when I wasn't like recording music, I was always writing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, whether I'm on a train or somewhere, I'll stop, be like, oh man, you know what? That'd be like a super dope concept for this, super dope concept for that. So just, love to just, create, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what keeps me going is just I just love to create. You know what I'm saying? Rather, some things hit, some things miss, but as long as creating and just making good, content. And then I
Yeah.
also thought that a lot of the music that was out here, man, it wasn't doing hip hop any like justice as far as, you know what I'm saying? So, everybody is not, talking about selling drugs or how many chicks they didn't, what I mean,
Yeah.
banged and, things of
Yeah.
that nature. So that's what kind of, brought me back to it just to give hip hop, like a good light. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 So like yeah, plus as you've said, like there's not a lot of justice being done like in the mainstream with all the type of music that's been played. What do
Hmm.
you think we can do like to guide the youth, the next upcoming artists and inspiring them to making music that's positive?
I
Because
mean,
like there's so much politics going on, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
that makes people not to give that content of music.
Hmm. Well, people, support your local artists, man. You know what I'm saying? For starters, you know what I'm saying? Support the local artists and, don't fall into that, a cookie cutter mold that you feel like you need to be in order, to be dope. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And back in the day, I hate to sound like an old man, but music was more public. And like what I mean by that is that everything is more like personable now because
yeah,
because you got your headphones and like back in the day like people would tell us what was hot because you would hear them bumping it in their car or like they would come down a block with like a huge boom box. Everybody be like, yo, like what's that? Like the first time I heard, like, Rakim was somebody was playing it in a huge, boombox. And everybody was like, wow,
Yeah,
who is that? And they was like, oh, this is, Rakim. So, back then, the streets would tell you what was hot instead of, the radio telling you what's hot. You know what I mean? And so I
yeah,
think that people just gotta go back to just being themselves and, but it's hard to tell a kid that's 17 years old and that's from the projects, and when these record labels are, dangling millions and millions of dollars in their faces,
yeah,
it's kind of hard for them to say no. You know what I mean? So I get it, but we can balance this thing out. If people just support more of like the underground, hip hop scene. I think that we can
yeah,
at least balance everything out because because hip hop always had like I listen to, man, like like NWA, but
yeah,
we also had like Public Enemy
yeah,
also. So there was some balance to it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to listen to something crazy, you can, but if you want to go back to, normal, you can, what I'm saying, you can also do that. So I think balance, man, is what's messing the game up. 'Cause like I said, it's kind of hard to tell these kids not to like turn down, millions and millions of dollars. But if we
yeah.
have more like balance showing, both sides of this thing, I would definitely help out.
Dope, 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 dope. Plus, I mean, like you said, you're planning on doing a video, right?
Yeah, well, we got the video dropped, I think yesterday.
Oh,
It's yeah, the video dropped yesterday. Saying nothing, that's the name of it. Check it
word,
out. I think
word.
Boom Bap Nation got it on their page right now. If you go to YouTube, anywhere where you can watch videos, check it out. It's a really super super dope video, and the
Dope.
song content is so left from what's out here right now. So, and that's why I love Tone. That's why I love Tone for that, because that was his idea to lead with that single. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you're like, this is something that we should lead with, because it's something different than what's on the album, and it's something completely different than than what's currently being played out here right now.
True that, true that, true that. Before you leave us, my brother, can you please tell us like where we can reach you like on your social media handles?
You can reach me at Vic Monroe _1. That's on Instagram. And you can get at me if you want to see me music or you need me to perform. You can get me at Vic Monroe Music at gmail.com. Facebook is Vic Monroe _1, same as my IG. Bandcamp, Vic Monroe Music at Bandcamp. So check it out. Godson Chris, appreciate you, brother.
Word, brother. So are you planning on doing any performances? Um,
Yeah, I just did a performance maybe 2 weeks ago. Shout out to my man, the Godson Chris, because he was also there performing.
yeah,
And I'm performing at the Subterranean. That's in Chicago. That's on March 15th. So y'all can catch me there at the Subterranean. We're gonna burn it down. I'm gonna try to get y'all some of the new joints. The album is still fresh in my
yeah,
mind right now.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna try to get y'all some of the new joints, but show up and you're definitely gonna be entertained.
Dope, dope. I guess we'll also share the flyer this side then.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, for the March 15th one, right?
Mason, want to say something? Yeah, March
Word,
15th.
word, word. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But before you leave us, brother, man, can you give us like an 8 to 16 bar, just a little sample of what's coming?
A little something. Oh man, they try to catch you off guard, but it's like lately I ain't even been writing. Couple shells probably go off. Lay you like hyphens, man. The beat like Clash of the Titans. Imagine me falling off. It's like being struck twice by lightning. I'm the main chef in the kitchen. I'm serving up murder. My defense is
Woo,
mighty Kiffin while you really hurt her. I'm making it
woo.
sales. I'm making it love, and I shine like the sun through the clouds above. speaking real hip hop, then you speaking of us. Polo sport, I stay holding the torch like Kanye stay holding north. I suggest that you hold your talk before you get blood over your cloth. It's a process. Cop the loud, rolling spark. Vic Da Vinci, this me giving you art. Handing out respirators, flow stopping your heart. Here go your sword on guard. I'm a vanguard.
Woo. My brother,
Woo. Hey, say
that
lines
was
is
hard.
always on deck. Right.
Thanks for letting us interview you again, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate it,
man.
man.
Thank you. Shout out to
Word,
everybody that's in South Africa, man. Yo, thanks
word,
for even listening to my music, man. It's like well
word.
appreciated. Salute to all my brothers out there.
Yeah,
For
for
real.
sure, for sure. Yeah, cause I spoke to some of the dudes. Yeah, that side. They're planning on coming this side, so we'll see what we'll do.
Oh man, look. Say anytime, brother, anytime. Winston, what
Word,
up?
word,
Salute. Joel, thanks. Godson, my man, Slick Jack. Yo, check out my man Slick Jack. He's a super dope MC also, as long
word.
and also check my man
My son.
yep, Godson Creates. Check him out.
Word, word,
Two super dope MCs, man. Yeah.
word. Definitely, I'm gonna check them out. Peace,
Word.
brother.
All right, peace, brother. Salute. Thanks for having me.
For sure. Word. Oh, guys. Um, thanks for joining us, man, on Hip Hop Nation TV. Oh, that was a dope interview, man. Shout out to Vic Monroe. So yeah, guys. Hip Hop Nation TV. I'm Ecliptic. So yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Hip Hop Nation TV. You can also find me on other Instagram handle.
It's the Vic Monroe. Tone split. I'm in the kitchen with all my seasonings, preparing my marinade. 45 vitamin essential. Good for the body shit. You should try this shit. Vic Monroe. Cause on my wardrobe, pedestal looking for me. Ordered the white wine with the gnocchi. Been on the grind before, been on my grind. Been on the time, I don't even on the rollie. My mentality is Kobe. And I ain't never got cold feet. We feeding the culture, the last supper, allow the kosher. Shirts with the built-in holsters make you DoorDash when it's noches. Smoking weed down to the roaches. Preparing my marinade, I'm focused. Whoever said I ain't dope, they Chappelle joke.